Welcome back to the Dirty Shop. Today I'm going to be insulating this deep freeze. Now the only part I need to insulate here is the front, because when I feel the sides of it, it's about room temperature. It doesn't feel cold to the touch particularly, but when I feel the front of this, it's very cold. So that's obviously losing a lot of my efficiency through the front door of this freezer. Now obviously it's not going to look as good when I'm done with it, which usually doesn't bother me, but it's in my shed, so it's not like we're going to have to worry about admiring it a whole lot. I just want it to be more efficient because it's outside where the temperature fluctuations are wider, and it's just more economical to have your fridge operate efficiently. The compressor doesn't have to run as much to keep it cold, and you don't have to spend as much in electricity. So we're going to take some insulation foam, we're going to put it on the front of this freezer and see if it helps with our insulation. I'm not going to do any kind of like tests or anything. I'm just going to tell you this is cold. Once I put foam on it, it won't be. So here we go. Homebrew on tap, baby. Can't complain too much about that, except I didn't do a very good job on this particular homebrew. It's not exactly what I was after, but it's supposed to be an Irish red. It's more like a oddish red ale. Can't win them all. All right, I picked up some of this foam tape. I thought I had some sitting around, couldn't find it. So the insulation says that, of course not on this particular piece, but on the piece of foam it said that it was R1.98, so not very good for what I have. Or maybe it was, no, this is the 3/4, so it was like 2 something, R2 something or other. And then if you had the 1/8 inch air gap, then it was like 3 something, I think. So I mean, don't quote me on that, but this tape here, this double-sided tape, is not 1/8 of an inch, but I think it will be better than nothing. I was trying to find some thicker tape, but they don't make things thicker of this foam double-sided tape. So I've cleaned off the rim of this, and now I'm going to put the tape on there, and I can stick my foam on. Oh, first of all, I need to get these holes set up so I can put the handle back on. So I do this. Make sure I'm lined up where I want to be. Something like that. There we go. I need to cut a circle for each of those somehow. All right, this worked out fairly well. It stuck on nicely. Now I got it mostly aligned, which is good because it's a one-shot deal. If you stick it on there crooked, you don't get another chance. You're gonna have to, it's gonna be messy. But now I'm gonna coat these edges with duct tape. I probably should have got silver duct tape, but this is black here, so it won't be too bad. So there's really not much silver left on it once I've covered this face. So I'm just putting the duct tape on as kind of a protection for this foam layer, because otherwise it'll eventually shred out. And I always use high-grade duct tape when I'm doing something like this. This is Gorilla tape here, but any of the high-end stuff, you know. so on. Alrighty, so there it is. I put an extra 3/4 of an inch of foam insulation on the front door of my refrigerator, or deep freeze, which should really help it out. I mean, anything you add on there would have helped in this case because of how cold that was. But I got that air gap in there. It was only probably about, maybe a little more than a 1/16 of an inch with this foam tape. But I've got an air gap there. It doesn't look too bad. It's just straight white. I mean, if I wanted to, I could cover that with something, I guess. But it's not really worth it to me. And hopefully that will now save me some money and keep my fridge lasting longer, because it'll decrease the amount of time that that compressor has to run in order to do the same job. So as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Dirty Shop.